It's time for today'sstocks.com with host Pat Bolland.
Joining me now is Greg Pendura. He's the president, CEO, and chairman of something called Mineworx. And Greg, maybe you can walk me through, kind of a big picture. What is Mineworx?
Well, Pat, Mineworx is a environmentally friendly processing technology company that's focusing on recovering precious metals from non-mining sources, basically.
Okay, so where are you primarily focused right now?
Right now, we see the low-hanging fruit opportunity as diesel catalytic converters. So our focus is on the extraction and recovery of platinum and palladium from diesel catalytic converters.
Oh, okay. So this is what they now call clean tech technology that you're working with. How do you add value, if you will?
Well, I mean, the only commercially viable method today of extracting platinum and palladium is through smelters. And smelters are, as everyone knows, is not the favorite on the environmental side. There's a lot of air pollution going on, a lot of toxic emissions into the environment. Plus, on top of that, and the reason why it's a low-hanging fruit opportunity is simply that the newer catalytic converters are the diesel catalytic converters are creating processing problems with the smelters, and they're now beginning to refuse to accept diesel catalytic converters. So we have not only a larger stockpile accumulating, but there's only going to be two alternatives: stockpile it or throw it in landfills. So our ability to be able to process these diesel catalytic converters is obviously a huge bonus.
If you're looking at smelters as your competition or the legacy at least, are you much more energy efficient, for instance?
Yeah, much more so. We're really focusing on the ESG aspect of the whole business environment, and we are putting together or tabulating. I haven't got the information yet, but we're putting the data together to show the efficiencies that we're going to have over smelters, and these basically recovering the same amount of minerals.
Okay, when you talk about converters of all descript, there's always a lot of minerals involved. Why are you focusing, or what's the importance of platinum and palladium?
Well, platinum and palladium are the two main. There's also rhodium as well, but those are the main metals involved in the core of the catalytic converter. The reason they use platinum and palladium and rhodium is that these metals act as a catalyst and creating a chemical reaction, if you like, which diminishes the toxicity of emissions from vehicles or standalone engines.
Okay, but they're also strategic and rare metals to a certain degree. Do they get you a good price?
Well, from a price perspective, I mean, when we're talking about platinum and palladium, we're talking about $1,000 and to $2,000 an ounce, respectively. So, these metals are pricey. To mine platinum and palladium is not an easy task. They're difficult to find. The whole mining aspect of platinum and palladium is complicated. It's expensive, and so it's a what we're doing is a twofold benefit. Not only are we have the ability to reuse a recycled platinum and palladium for the manufacture of new products, but we can diminish the actual mining involved in acquiring these metals.
Okay, so walk me through how the technology works in a simplistic form, because I'm sure that I wouldn't understand.
Sure. It's in a very simplistic form for the viewers that don't know. A catalytic converter basically looks like a muffler. At the end of their life, they're picked up by recyclers. Uh, what is then done when it comes to our partner's facility in Tennessee, Davis Recycling, the 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 heart of the catalytic converter or the honeycomb is decanned or cut out of the muffler. The remainder is scrap metal, and we process the honeycomb material, which is plated with the platinum and the palladium. This honeycomb is ground and separated in various stages until we get a fine powder material. This fine powder material then is placed into our chemical solution, which then it's basically a process whereby the platinum and the palladium is taken out of the powder, suspended in solution, and then through a process called electrowinning, we're able to take it out of solution and back into solid form. And that's a simplistic way of saying it, but it's basically how it's done.
Okay, so you indicated there was a bit of an inventory, a backlog, if you will, that was building. Is this a commercial product already, or are you going to that stage?
We've just completed our pilot plant testing in Vancouver. That plant and the testing went very, very well, by the way. All our expectations were met. The pilot plant was then shipped to Tennessee, where our partner is in Johnson City, Tennessee, and reassembled. The final stage of our testing is to do what I call a pre-commercial run with the materials in the plant there, where we can have much larger throughputs. And this will give us the final data that we need to fine tune the plans for our commercial plant.
So then, Greg, tell me a little bit more about Davis Recycling. And I mean, you mentioned where they're located, but how big are they, and is this a good entry into the marketplace?
Yeah, they'd be considered a tier one or one of the larger recyclers. They're on the eastern seaboard. They have a strong presence in 13 of the surrounding states, but their network actually expands beyond that. And we were very, very fortunate to develop a good business relationship with Davis. They've been in the catalytic converter business for over 20 years. They know the supply chain management aspect of this business as well as anyone. And in this business, what we do is important, but without the supply chain management perspective behind it, it would be a very, very difficult business to be successful at. So what they bring is the expertise from sourcing the material to being able to Q&A it, to know what grades are, and there's hundreds of different types of catalytic converters. So you have to understand the mechanism behind that business in order to make it profitable.
Okay, so then is your growth predicated on the growth of Davis Recycling, or could your growth be expanding to other recycling areas around the globe?
Yeah, we believe we are going to expand with Davis through at least throughout the U.S. marketplace. There's no reason why they wouldn't want to expand with us. We have a very attractive business model, and obviously them being a joint venture partner is going to add to their bottom line. So our initial growth is going to be with Davis Recycling, and we feel very comfortable having them as a close partner.
Is when you say it's a business platform that's attractive, is it a revenue share, or is everything pre-contracted?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a revenue share basically with them. We're going to be, Mineworx will have a 55% ownership of the joint venture. Davis will have a 45% share of the business, and so it will be treated as a true joint venture. And as I said, the upside of this business is that once we have the commercial plant up and running, which we anticipate end of second quarter next year, it's the initial plant is going to be geared for approximately a 10-ton per day throughput of catalytic converters, and with the grades that we are using now and have been testing for the last year and a half, that will equate to well in excess of $100 million per year revenue per plant, and we'll be having margins in excess of 20%. So a very, very attractive business model. And once the initial commercial plant is up and running, expansion is primarily going to be a cookie cutter approach.
Give me an elevator pitch, if you will, of why people should look at your company and its competitive advantages.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of reasons here, Pat. I believe from a business perspective, our market cap is only about 30 million right now, so we're just starting to scratch the surface, if you like. So we are presenting an opportunity here to, I think, make a significant environmental impact on the carbon footprint side of this business, and along with that, with the numbers that we're talking about, which we can produce within our facility, have a endeavor here which is going to be highly favorable for generating shareholder value.
Greg, great story. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. It was great talking to you.
Greg Pendura, President, CEO, Chairman, Mineworx.